Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about it again. Oh my God, he's gonna get home and grab some ice cream out of the freezer and sit in his chair.
My issue is with LeBron James. And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar.
On March 6, 2025 at Crypto.com Arena, it was the fourth quarter during a timeout. LeBron James steps off the court and makes a decision we've never seen before. Not a play, not a shot. He walks straight across the hardwood towards Stephen A. Smith. No cameras, no mic. Just presence and a message.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son.
You clicked because we all saw it. But what if I told you the moment was only the tip of the iceberg? Because this wasn't about one take. This was about 2 decades of tension boiling over in 30 silent seconds.
And he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man, real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that, stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog, fine." And he walked away.
This wasn't just a disagreement. This was the moment the most powerful athlete in the world looked at the loudest voice in sports media dead in the eye and said, "You went too far." And once you take your pencil and trace the history through the takes, the praise, the jabs, and the silence, you'll realize this was bound to happen. Real quick, drop a like and subscribe if you rock with this type of content. And before you hear the full story, let me know below if you're Team LeBron or Team Stephen A. From 03 to 2025, Stephen A and LeBron James have shared a relationship that was never simple. There's praise, criticism, missteps, and moments.
Obviously, you know you love yourself some LeBron James.
Yeah. You know they're gonna happen. He to go.
He's not.
Say it with me.
He's not.
He to go.
He's not. I just got off the phone with MJ last night just to remind him.
You should have hung up on him.
I hung up on him.
Yeah.
But now, with LeBron building his own media empire and Stephen A leading ESPN into a completely new era,
You didn't know about basketball. You wouldn't know about basketball if it wasn't for Michael Jordan. What the hell are you talking about? So let's see. You can talk all that junk all you want to, but there's levels to this, and I'm telling you right now, LeBron James is phenomenal as he is. Number 2 all time.
this isn't just a disagreement. It's the coalition of 2 media empires, one built on commentary.
You've become? You're LeBron James? You that butthurt over the things that I'm saying?
And the other built on control.
It's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players.
And the moment courtside, that's when it finally went public. To understand why LeBron walked across the court, we have to go back. Before the decision, before first take, before Bronny, honestly. Because in the early years, Stephen A respected LeBron.
There are some who say that when it's all said and done, that LeBron James will go down as arguably the greatest player of all time, possibly even greater than Michael Jordan if he's able to capture that many championships. Your thoughts?
Wow. For people to even put me in the same breath as Michael Jordan or Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson and Kobe Bryant, those guys that has accomplished so much in their career. Wow.
Thank you, my man.
Yes, sir.
He praised his game, defended his leadership, but like most things in the NBA, that didn't last forever. Stephen A didn't always come for LeBron.
That this is all his fault. Let me be very delicate. I'm not joking around. I'm not playing. I have never seen Bronny James play. I have refused to have gone to a game. I have been waiting for him to get to the collegiate level.
In the early 2000s, Stephen A was a supporter. He called LeBron a once-in-a-generation player, said he had the potential to redefine the league.
Stephen A, your reaction to LeBron James putting up 50K?
Well, it's a phenomenal feat. It's never been done. The man is absolutely sensational. He's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball.
But then came the decision. In 2010, a live TV special, we all know that I'm taking my talents to South Beach clip.
Very tough. And this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
And suddenly, the tone changed.
Believe it or not, it has hurt. It's not a popular position to take. I don't know if I've heard anybody take this.
That moment shaped how millions saw LeBron. Why? Because the media didn't just report it, they framed it.
Absolutely ridiculous. I ran Please Stay LBJ. This party is because of our organization, and we've supported him for 7 years now. And for him to go on there and drag us through the mud for 7 years and stab us in the heart, he deserves everything he gets. I hope he never wins anything in Miami. He is dead to me.
And I just want to say that I hope that LeBron doesn't win a championship in Miami.
They turned it into a narrative, a villain arc, a backlash. And here's the thing, LeBron's acknowledged this. Criticism, it's come with the game. At what point do you realize you've crossed the line though?
LeBron, how relieved are you that this night is over and the experience is behind you?
I mean, we came in here with one goal, and that was to win a basketball game, and we did that. We played. This is the most complete game that we had all year, I think, from start to finish.
As someone with a small platform, I believe in freedom of speech, but that goes both ways. Players have the same freedom to speak, to respond, to draw the line, just like the media does.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So
when critique goes beyond basketball, the player has every right to clap back. This wasn't just hot takes and debates. It was the start of a long, slow build.
I've never seen fans that mad at a person.
Come on, man. When we went back to Cleveland, I have never saw hate. I didn't grow up in the times where our parents can tell us about the hate that they experienced by being black in America.
LeBron and I was talking on the sideline. It was like a dead ball. And he was here and I was here. And a 9-volt battery flew between us and hit the floor. And we both, I said, I'm not standing next to you anymore because they're not throwing it at me.
No, but yeah.
He started laughing.
Leading to a moment where silence was no longer an option. You know who benefits when Stephen A talks about LeBron? Everyone.
But LeBron James, it is time. And the reason that I say it's time is because there's something about LeBron James that's really starting to alarm me. You got titles, King James, chosen one. None of the great guys, they shun all of that until they won a championship. It's like he wants to be crowned with no rings.
When Stephen A became the face of First Take full time, the formula became extremely obvious. Talk about LeBron, views go up, ratings spike. Of course, Stephen A has the personality like no one else, and he could be hilarious, and the debates are entertaining. But that's exactly the point. LeBron's segments consistently outperform everything else, not because they were always fair, but because they were profitable. Meanwhile, LeBron took a different route. He didn't just join the conversation, he started building the platform. Sure, he could join any podcast in the world, like he did with the Pat McAfee show.
Which leads obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
he's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're watching it. We're awesome.
But more often, he chooses to speak through his own network, Uninterrupted, The Shop, and now Mind the Game with Steve Nash. And most importantly, LeBron doesn't need ESPN. And to be fair, we've seen Stephen A branch out to his own show, his own networks as well. But in comparison to LeBron, he's got 159 million Instagram followers. Direct access, no filters, no spin. Just LeBron telling his own story. And this will be really important later on, so remember this. So now you've got two media machines, one built to talk about LeBron, and one built by LeBron himself. And both have been battling for the same thing. It's the power to shape what fans believe. Until one of them pushed too far. You can critique the player, but when you talk about his son, now that's different.
I'm not gonna go as far as I wanna go in saying how weak that stuff is in terms of how he confronted me. I would have waited. I got nothing to say to him now. We'll probably never speak in life again. But if he wanted, I wish he had the shop. I wish he invited me on.
Early 2025, Bronny James gets drafted. And then Stephen A said something that struck a chord.
Reaction to this story has been very mixed, to say the least. And many out there are claiming nepotism is the only reason Bronny is now a Laker.
He followed it up with praise. He even tried to soften the blow. But at that point, the damage was already done.
Bronny James, thank God, he's in this position. You heard about his athleticism. You heard about his defensive prowess. You heard about the potential that he may have. We're not blind, however. We recognize the fact that if he were not LeBron James' son, in all likelihood, he would not have even been drafted.
This wasn't purely a basketball take. It was about a family, legacy, fatherhood. From LeBron's perspective, we don't know the hours, the mentorship, the sacrifice he poured into Bronny's journey.
All ready? All right. You see the intensity, right? Just play carefree, though.
And to hear that someone suggests none of that mattered, to discredit Bronny's work and reduce it all to the family name, that's not just disrespect, that's personal. And LeBron, he clearly doesn't play when it comes to his family, especially not when it's for content. Let's not forget that recently Stephen A. also wrongly claimed LeBron didn't attend Kobe Bryant's memorial. LeBron was there, privately, at the family's request. Stephen A. since then apologized, but the trust was cracked. That's when things shifted from critique to confrontation, from commentary to crossing the line. The moment we all saw lasted under 30 seconds, but it said everything. On March 6, 2025, Lakers versus Knicks, LeBron walks up to Stephen A. Stephen A. retold the story on his podcast, said if LeBron had touched him,
because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
And LeBron's response?
I just saw Stephen L. Smith say he would have swung on me if I touched him. This uncle got to be tripping. Someone get him his meds before I send his hairline back another 10 inches. Because we all know the 60-year-old grandpa ain't doing nothing. I can lift him up with just my pinky.
Personally, I was cracking up. But that's all it took. That wasn't performative. It wasn't a soundbite. It was personal and it was real. And it was a message that I hear you and I see you. So when it comes to topics that are not about basketball, chill out. I don't believe this was just about Bronny. It was about LeBron's boiling point. You ever watch a pot of boiling water heat up? It simmers, it shakes, then it spills over. That was this moment. For years, LeBron took the high road. No clapbacks, no callouts, just professionalism. And sure, LeBron doesn't have a clean slate. No one's trying to paint that picture. But imagine your name being in the headlines, for right or completely wrong reasons, day after day. But now, players aren't just players. They're brands, platforms, media empires. But when old media oversteps, new media pushes back. That's what happened courtside. It wasn't emotional, it was intentional. The media is completely used to shaping the narrative. Now the athletes shape it too. And sometimes they say it even louder. And the confrontation that we saw, that was the shift, playing out in real time. LeBron versus Stephen A. was never just beef. It was the collision of old media versus new athlete power. The mic isn't one-sided anymore. And when the most powerful player in the league walks across the court, not to score but to set a boundary, that's not drama. That's a shift in the balance of power. And we might be looking at the moment everything changes when it comes to players around the league. So what do y'all really think sparked the LeBron versus Stephen A. moment? Was it about Bronny, about the game, or about something bigger? Whose side are y'all on? Stephen A. or LeBron? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you rock with this content. Peace.